we are going to be working on the construction of the isometric view of this object. So these views are given a first angle projection. This is the front elevation and this is the plan. Let's talk about the dimensions on the views. For the front elevation, so we have the height from here to this point is 55. The thickness of this is 15, and the thickness of this is also 15 millimeters. Thickness is also 15 millimeters for this. And then we have the lowest point here, so we need to take note of that. Then coming to the plan, we have that the distance from here to here is 50, and from here to here is 35. So the total length is 80, and the thickness of this web is 15 millimeters. So we are going to put these views together to obtain the isometric view of this object. But first of all, we have to take note of the lowest point, and then the main object that will give us the isometric view of this object has to be taken note of, and that is this shape that we have here. So we are going to first of all produce this shape in isometric view. Okay, sorry, in isometric view. So though it will not be a complete solid, but we need to get this shape out. Once we are able to produce this shape, then we can go on and get the rest of the part of the object. So let's start and see how this goes. So the first thing that we have to do is to locate the lowest point. So just take a short horizontal line here, and then so indicate the lowest point. So the lowest point is point X. So we are going to have a dot at this point, and then so put X here. So very, very important, always indicate the lowest point. Then after this now, so we are going to make use of our 30 degree set square. So we are making use of this 30 degree set square. So and from this point X here with your 30 degree set square, so draw a line in this direction. So draw a line in this direction. So the line is not really showing. Okay, then we'll come to this point here and draw a short vertical line from this point X. So draw a short vertical line up. So the next thing that we are going to do is that, as we have here, the thickness from here to here is 15 millimeters. So we come onto this line at this point. We take 15 millimeters up. So this is 15 millimeters. Okay, and then now, so we are going to be taking the measurement of this line. So what is distance from here to here? In the plan, so we have total length to be 80 millimeters, but to this point here on the front elevation, so we have it to be 35 millimeters from this point to this end here, as we have here. Now, so the thickness from here to here is 15. So it means that so if we take, for us to get this point, distance from here to here, so we need to subtract this 35 from 80, and that will give us 45. So that means distance from this point to this point is 45. Then 45 plus 15, that will give us 60. So we take a measurement of 60 millimeters to locate that point. So 60 millimeters. So this is 60 millimeters here. So here we have 60 millimeters. So we have this 60 millimeters. So at this point, we are going to draw a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line at this point. So draw a vertical line up at this point like this. And then, so this vertical line that we have drawn is for this line. But what about this line? We have to take 15 millimeters inward. So we come here from this point here on this line, take a measurement of 15 millimeters inward. So this is it. So this is 15 millimeters here. So at this point, so draw a vertical line again. So draw a vertical line again at this point. So you draw a vertical line like this. All right, so having drawn the vertical line, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we need to get this point here. So for us to get this point, total from here down here is 55, and then we are told that the thickness from here to here is 15. So if we subtract 15 from 55, that will give us 40. So from this point here, we have to take 40 millimeters up. So this is 40 millimeters. Then we take 15 to make it 55. So this is 55 millimeters. So now, so we are going to draw this line from this point. So we draw a line in this direction, okay? Then we come up here, we also draw a line. So this line that we have to draw here now, we need to join it with this. So we draw the line like this, okay? So then we come down here as we have taken the distance on this short vertical line. So we draw a line to touch this, okay? So now, then what is now the distance from here to here? So if you look at what we have here, the distance from here to here is 20 millimeters. If you do the calculation, it will be 20 millimeters because from here to here is 60, okay? Then as we have the total length is what? Is 80. So the balance is what? From here to here is 20 millimeters. So you come to this point here, this point, and you take 20 millimeters outward here. So this 20 millimeters. Then you draw a vertical line. Draw a vertical line at this point. So this is a vertical line, okay? So I believe you can see what I have done. So the next thing that we are going to do is to make it a solid figure. So what we have done now is that, as I said, we have produced this shape as you can see it here. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is to make it a solid figure. And how are we going to do that? From this point here, with 30 degrees square, we draw a line in this direction. From this point, we do the same thing. From this point, we do the same thing. From this point, we do the same thing. And from this point here, we do the same. So let me do it and we see how it should be done. So take 30 degrees square, set at this point, set at this point here, at this point X, and you draw a line in this direction. Then you come to this point here. So draw a line in this direction. Then come to this point. Come to this point, so draw a line in this direction. And then come to this point, so draw a line in this direction. Then the last point is here, so draw a line in this direction. So that's it. So the next thing that we are going to do is to take the width. So what is the width? So the width is this 50 millimeters. Distance from here to here is 50 millimeters. So you come here, so just come to this point, from this point X here. So take 50 millimeters in here. This is 50 millimeters. So then we are going to draw a vertical line. So come to this point, draw a vertical line, then turn the set square like this. Okay, turn the set square like this. So draw this line, let it touch this. And then, so from this point, draw a vertical line. Okay, then turn the set square like this, come to this point, and then so you draw a line in this direction to touch this line. Alright, so we have made it a solid figure, as you can see here. But there's another part that we need to add to this, so which is the web. So for the web, in the front elevation we see it as a triangle, but in the plan is a rectangle. And then there is a dimension that I didn't add to this. I made this drawing myself using AutoCAD. Okay, so there's the dimension that I didn't put here. That is the distance from here to here. I didn't put that distance there. So I will make that this distance, that is from here to here, I will make it 15 millimeters. I make it 15 millimeters. Then what we have to do is that to get that point, so where this line, where we have to put this line here in this solid figure, is that we come to this end here and you take 15 millimeters inward from this point, take 15 millimeters inward. So this is 15. Then you transfer this distance. So just draw a line like this. So with your set square being set like this, so transfer this distance to the other side. Alright, so this object is placed in the middle of the whole solid. So we divide that 50 millimeters into 2. So just come on this line. Okay, so come on this line. So this is 50. So divide 50 by 2, that is 25. Okay, then we come up here also because the web is also touching this point. That is on this line here. So come up here. So divide that 50 millimeters into 2. So that is 25 millimeters each. This is 25. Alright, so having done that, so the thickness of the web is 15 millimeters. So we have to take 7.5 to the left side, 7.5 to the right side. And this is how I'm going to take it. So this is 5 and this is 7. Okay, so then we have 7.5 in the middle of 7 and 8. And the same thing here. This is 5, this is 7, and 7.5 in the middle of 7 and 8. So come down here and do the same thing. So come down here and do the same thing. So looking at this, so this is 5 and this is 7, so 7.5 in the middle of 7 and 8, and the same thing here, 5, 7, so 7.5 in the middle of 7 and 8. So what we have to do now is that in this case now, for us to draw this line, so we want to draw this line, okay? So you are just to join these 2 points together, because this line that we are drawing is a non-isometric line, so it's a line that we are not using the 30-degree set square to draw. Okay, so we just join the 2 points together, so we call it non-isometric line. So non-isometric line. Okay, so having drawn this, so the next thing that you are going to do is that set your set square at this point. Set the set square at this point. So we have to draw a vertical line. So take this vertical line down, let it touch this line, and then so with 30-degree side, so you have to connect these 2 points together. So you just draw like this, or you can just connect them directly. So without the, so we already have a point here, we have a point here, you can just join together. So we have completed the solid. We have completed solid, as you can see it here. So but we need to bring out the feasible outlines and feasible edges using thick continuous line. So we use thick continuous line to bring out the feasible outlines and feasible edges. When I use pens to draw, so I use my red pen as for the thin continuous lines, which are construction lines. Then I make use of my black pen for the thick continuous line. So I will pause the video and bring out the feasible outlines and feasible edges of this object using thick continuous line with my black pen. So I will do that, and when I'm done with that, I will come back and you see how it will look. Alright, so this is how it will look as I've brought out the feasible outlines and edges of this isometric block. So as simple as I've done it here, so I have another one that we are going to do, so let us meet on that. Thank you. Keep on practicing. Very, very important that you practice. Very, very important. God bless you.